This episode of Ride to Adventure is brought to you by Shell V-Power Gasoline, Northwest Delta Airlines, and by the Outrigger Guam Resort. Hafaday! That's hello in the Chamorro language, which they speak here on Guam in the far-off Pacific Islands. Hi, I'm Bill Baker. We've come to Guam to cover Smokin' Wheels, the 27th edition of all kinds of racing. Whether it's in the dirt, on pavement, on rocks, down a drag strip, it doesn't matter. If it's got an engine, the Guamanians will race it. They race everything from little Suzukis and Jeeps to homemade dune buggies and old Baja racers, and all sizes of motorcycles, as well as a few things that look like souped-up garden tractors. As the Smokin' Wheels weekend has evolved, they've added several classes of ATVs ridden by kids as young as 5, to military personnel from nearby Andersen Air Force Base, to professional racing teams from the Japan ATV Association. Guam International Raceway is the result of several $1 million investment by the Guam government to improve racing in the area, especially the drag strip. Every Friday night, drag racers come out to the track to test their cars and maybe pick up a few bucks. Since the track has been here, highway racing has all but stopped, along with the accidents and injuries that went along with it. The whole Guam International Raceway project has been a labor of love for many people.
Well, we try to attract different types of people out here on the island. Everybody's got their own, are into different things. So to bring the masses out, we try to, add everything together and bring everybody out. A typical Smokin' Wheels weekend, especially this one, we've got the off-road racing, ATV racing, motocross. We've added supermoto. We also have drifting, autocross, drag racing. And this year, for the first time, we're having a barbecue contest.
Meanwhile, the four-wheelers have constructed a rock crawling challenge on blasted out limestone that is a real gear stripper. Well, if rocks aren't your thing, a little water mixed with the red soil, and you have mud drags, or bogs, whatever you call it. You wouldn't want to clean up after it. The main event during the Smokin' Wheels weekend is a 3-hour endurance race for large ATVs, small SUVs, and Baja-type buggies. Henry Simpson, a longtime racer himself, has been the driving force, pun intended, behind racing on Guam and has put the local action on the international calendar.
30 years ago here.
For this year's race, Simpson invited American Baja legend Malcolm Smith and his 23-year-old son Alexander to drive a couple of Henry's own buggies. There is no one more deserving of the title legend than Malcolm Smith. The soft-spoken Canadian-born motorcycle and dune buggy racer has had an unrivaled career of racing and winning international 6-day trials, the Baja 500 and 1,000-mile races, and the toughest rallies in the world. He had a featured role in On Any Sunday, a documentary film by Bruce Brown that catapulted the sport of off-road riding to new heights and made Malcolm Smith famous. Despite having broken nearly every bone in his body, some several times, and suffering from other ailments that have taken the spring out of his step, Malcolm can still hammer the throttle. On this weekend, though, he's been helping get a car ready for his 23-year-old son Alexander to race. The buggies are taking their last practice laps. Japan's top off-road driver, Ikuo Hanawa, has his Baja truck running very well. The 800-horsepower Geolander is Toyota-powered and with four-wheel drive has a big advantage on this Guam course. Alex's vet-powered Chenoweth can be brutally fast if he can put the power on the ground and keep the thing running. There's been a problem with overheating as well as the transmission in Alex's car. We'll get Smokin' Wheels underway after these messages.
What's been the problem with trying to get Alex out there to qualify?
Well, overheating problems. We've tried the radiator different ways. The radiator's set up for a 6-cylinder, and they have a Corvette V8 in it now. So we're going to add another radiator to the back.
Okay. And now we just had a transponder issue?
Yeah, the transponder didn't work, so...
How about the clutch? Looks like he's going like crazy now, though. Swing on over here, Chuck.
Wow, unbelievably, as luck would have it, Alex lost it coming down the backstretch, narrowly missing the light pole and slamming through the fencing. The car suffered a bent tie rod, but was able to go out for a qualifying lap just before the deadline.
Have you ever had such a hairy qualifying experience? Where so many things were wrong?
No, this is definitely the most stressful one. Yeah, just trying to get the, we don't have a very good radiator in the car right now, and so we got to go out there and just turn like one lap that's really fast because we don't have a chance to go out and do more, So I was just trying to do a really fast one, and it got away from me.
Well, you qualified.
Yeah.
They're not announcing the positions until tomorrow, but you're in.
Yeah. Hopefully it's in the front row, 1 or 2.
Yeah, all you have to do is replace a tie rod and find a radiator overnight.
Right, exactly.
Nothing to it.
Back in the pits, we found Yukiya Watanabe, a 45-year-old paraplegic from Tokyo who lost his leg movement in a motorcycle accident in 1992. Since then, he's gone on to drive his specially equipped car in Baja races. His courage was humbling to those of us who wanted to grumble about the heat.
Hey, these guys from Guam are pretty tough. Tell us what you did today.
Well, I came off a 2-hour endurance race on the motocross bikes, and then without a break, I headed straight back down to race Supermoto.
And how'd you do?
I won Supermoto.
How long was that race?
The race, I don't know the specific time. There was about 10 laps in there. Yeah.
Is this the longest racing you've done in your career?
Oh, definitely.
For most people, the name Guam, America's westernmost territory, conjures up memories of World War II. Or maybe the sprawling Andersen Air Force Base, whose planes patrol the skies over Southeast Asia. But for more and more tourists, especially those from the Pacific Rim countries, Guam is a popular holiday destination with near-perfect weather all year round. It's a place to enjoy the beach, dive in the ocean, go deep-sea fishing, and enjoy the local culture while feasting on amazing native foods.
Chicken and pork.
What's that?
Tentacle, the body of the squid.
Oh, that's the rest of the body?
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Want to try our barbecue? It's really good.
All right, flying man coming down, making final checks, make sure everyone is ready.
Well, everyone's lined up for the start of Smokin' Wheels 27. Japan champion Ikuo Hanawa is on the pole with California motocross ace Alex Smith slotted alongside. Alex's dad, Malcolm, is starting dead last because his car wasn't ready for qualifying. But don't expect him to stay there for long. The first jump is a double that can hurt your vehicle and your back if you don't get it right. And the third jump is a long one if you leave the ground. Alex Smith is pushing very hard to keep up with Hanawa, but is having trouble putting the torque from his 498 horsepower Corvette engine on the ground without spinning the tires. Well, looks like someone in a Suzuki has gone off course, and the flagman has come out on an ATV. Well, this will give us another chance to look over the rather unusual variety of vehicles in this race. There's no passing allowed under yellow, so Alex will use this as a chance to close up the nearly one-lap gap Hanawa has already put on him. Hanawa is ready to go when the green flies again. I think that's a motorized buckboard he just blew by. Well, like father, like son. Will Alexander Smith take it easy on his dad? Well, I don't think so. Alex will drive the entire race without a stop, if the car cooperates, while Malcolm will change out after 1.5 hours. Malcolm is paired up with race promoter and car owner Henry Simpson, who has only missed a couple of these races over the years due to a plane crash and hang gliding injuries. Racing against Malcolm Smith is like playing golf with Tiger Woods or shooting baskets with Michael Jordan. You just don't think you'll ever get the chance to play with a legend. Malcolm turned 68 a few weeks before this race. Despite being a tad older than most buggy racers, not letting age get in the way of fun runs in his genes. His father was 81 when Malcolm was born. You know, it doesn't matter if you're not hooked on racing. There's plenty to do at the Raceway. We'll be back with more racing action from Guam right after this.